So what's up guys, and welcome back to another video, and there's a few things that I do want to go over today in relation to Fallout 76. A lot of this is to do with the PvP mechanics. We do have some new information in regards to how this system is going to be working. In addition to that, I do want to go over the in-game map as well and talk about a few of the locations within the game and a couple of more things as well throughout the video. So let's jump straight into this, and we're going to begin with the PvP mechanics first and what Bethesda tweeted out last night. So as many of you guys will know, with the information Bethesda have provided us, it's known that you will show up on the in-game map with a location of where you are. So if you was to go in-game, you could simply bring up your map and you will be able to see the location of every other player in the game. Now, of course, a couple of people were questioning this feature. Some people don't like to PvP. Some people want to play peacefully and don't want to be shown on the map. So a lot of people had questions about this, and this is what Bethesda had to say about it.
As soon as you crouch, which engages our stealth mode, the dot will very quickly fade away, so other players won't be able to find you.
Guys, you're gonna have to crouch around the map 24/7 now. I'm sorry. No, but seriously, I mean, it's good that they are trying to add stuff in like this, but I don't know how I feel about being shown on the map 24/7. I don't know if that's a good thing, and that begs the question as well, will they have perks in the game where you can completely remove yourself off the map without having to crouch around 24/7? You know, this isn't Metal Gear Solid. I don't want to be crouching around just to stay away from people if I choose to stay away from people. Now, another thing to keep in mind is that they have mentioned that even with this being a thing, right, this doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get ran down upon and PvP'd straight away and griefed and stuff like that. They have mentioned that the PvP is something that you can choose to engage in or can choose to avoid.
Again, think of PvP more like issuing a challenge to somebody as opposed to just no matter what I want to do to somebody, I can. It's more like issuing a challenge, and the game only lets that go so far before you can basically say, I don't want to participate in this challenge anymore.
Oh, that's really cool. So you can essentially like tap out.
Kinda, yeah. Like, think of it this way. If you were just playing Fallout 4 and you were exploring and came across a Deathclaw and you'd be like, I don't know if I have the weapons to deal with this or if I'm high enough level, but I'm going to try. And you try and fight it and die and you respawn, you might say, A, I'm going to try it again because I came close and I want to kill it. Or you might say, I didn't even come close and I'm done and I'm going to go do something else. Like, well, that should kind of be how it works for any human person, where you're like, oh, I want to get my revenge and try again because I think I can take them, and you're incentivized to do that. But you could also say, I'm good, I'm all set, I'm going to go do something else, and they can't keep coming after you, just like that Deathclaw wouldn't come running across the map and keep chasing you. Like, it should feel like that.
So I wonder if this will work in somewhat of a way similar to GTA Online's passive mode, where you can simply, by the click of a button, enter passive mode and not engage in fighting anyone. So if that is the case, which it does kind of seem like it's going to be the case here, it shouldn't be too much of a big deal. However, again, we don't know how it's going to pan out until we actually get in-game and see for ourselves how all of this stuff actually works. Now again, in terms of the PvP aspect of the game, here is also what Pete Hines had to say about it.
You can't be harassed by somebody who just keeps chasing you around the world and keeps killing you over and over again. Like, the game literally doesn't allow you that to happen to you. And death isn't supposed to be a super negative thing. Like, you don't lose your progression, you don't lose all your stuff. Somebody can't kill you and then take everything in your inventory and you start over. It doesn't work like that at all. And I think once we figure out some things, we're sort of like tweaking, like, well, maybe it should work like this or this. When you see it in action and when you play it, when you feel it, it feels like you're playing a Fallout game.
So again, you can't just go up to people, start griefing them, loot them, keep killing them over and over and over again. It's not that type of experience you're going to be getting. So that is just one thing that I wanted to clear up. A lot of people seem to be confused about how the PvP is going to work. People think this is going to be an all-out toxic game where you can just run in and start terrorizing people. That's not going to be the case at all. And hopefully that clears up some of the questions and concerns that some of you out there may have had about how PvP and online is going to work in this game. I think it's making it a little bit clear for me. Again, you know, it all comes down to trying it in game and testing it and stuff like that, but overall it looks like they're heading in the right direction for the way this style of game is going to be panned out. And I'm curious to see what some of you guys think of this. I mean, do you think it's a good direction they're heading in? Do you feel like it could be better? Is there any things that you feel like they should add? Leave some comments below. I definitely want to hear some of your guys' opinions on this, and I will be responding as well to quite a few of you guys. But anyway, moving away from that and moving back into the in-game map again, but let's take a deeper dive into some of the locations that we get to see on it. Now, I will leave credit links in the description below to the full map and the person who, you know, put all of this stuff together in the description below for you guys as well. But on screen, of course, is the in-game map, and there is a ton of locations that you can already see the names of within this. To begin, you can see where Vault 76 is located, and you know, as you guessed from the trailer as well, as you emerge, you sort of emerge into this foresty green region. And of course, this is the region that you start in, the forest. You know, off to the right of that, you have the Savage Divide. Up top, you've got the Toxic Valley. Off to the right, you've got the Mire. Down below, you've got Cranberry Bog and also Ash Heap as well. And of course, each of these regions will have different terrains, weather conditions, and challenges that you will have to face. Now, to give you an idea of the map you're looking at, this was all put together by a ton of users on Reddit and Twitter. And the key for the map is that if the location is listed in orange, it's speculative but probable. And if it's listed in yellow, then it's pretty much being confirmed by Bethesda, whether that's through gameplay or other forms of confirmation. So let's take a look at some of the locations around Vault 76. You know, you have the Isolated Cabin, you've got Gorge Junkyard, Vault Tech University, and what is seemingly going to be the first main town that you encounter, Morgantown. You know, there's always that first town that you come across in Fallout, and in this game, it's seemingly going to be Morgantown. In addition to that, you have Mama Dulce's Food Processing. This is a location that has been in previous Fallouts as well. Another point of interest to actually point out here is that if you look to the bottom left of Vault 76, there is a big sign that says Mothman. Now, as many of you guys will know, it's been stated in several interviews that Mothman is going to be a very unique creature in this game. It's going to have several stages to it, probably several encounters. So will this be the first location you can go to encounter Mothman for the first time? Who knows, but it is a location worth pointing out as a point of interest as one of the locations for you to go to in the beginning of the game. Now, I'm not going to point out every single location on this map. It's mainly just to show you, you know, where you're going to be starting, some of the surrounding towns and areas and stuff like that. But there is, you know, a couple which I did want to point out. You know, if we keep going down to the bottom here, we have the Nuka-Cola Quantum Plant. I wonder if this will be an interesting location with maybe some unique questline and weapons as well. Similar to that of Nuka World. If you guys remember, you had the World of Refreshment. You also had crazy ass weapons in there, such as the Nuka Launcher. You had those Nuka Quantum Grenades, the Thirst Zapper with the upgrades, and I've covered a bunch of that stuff on the channel, as many of you guys will know. So it'll be interesting to see what comes out of that location there. But moving on again, we have another town here known as Lewisburg, and then just below it, we have Vault 63. And the only other vault listed on this map at this current moment in time. Now again, I'm assuming there's going to be a ton of vaults for you to explore, but this one is really interesting. It's in the Ash Heap region, which I think is going to be a very interesting region to explore. It looks like it will probably be quite a difficult one to explore as well. Like, you may have to, you know, sort of level up your character a bit before you go down here. But either way, it's just an interesting one to point out for you guys that there is a vault down there at the bottom of the map. Off to the right in Cranberry Bog, there really isn't too much going on. As you can see, all of these locations are probable just based off images that you see on the map. You've got a bear image at the bottom, which I'm assuming you'll probably find, some sort of irradiated or mutated bears in. Up to the right, you've got the mire again with Harper's Ferry there, and not too many, confirmed locations in this area, and the same for Toxic Valley as well. Again, I didn't want to cover all the locations, just a couple of them to give you an idea of the world you're going to be entering. Anyway, that is pretty much it for the video. As always, if you guys do want to stay up to date with Fallout 76 content, make sure you do subscribe. I'm also going to be doing a giveaway of beta codes when I do get a hold of them. I have pre-ordered the game several times, so I can give away some beta codes to you guys, one for each platform. And also, when the game releases, I'll be giving away copies of the game as well. So make sure that you guys do leave a like and subscribe to stay up to date on when these giveaways are going to be taking place. But other than that, hope you enjoyed, and I will catch you all tomorrow with my next video. Peace.